Welcome to Trading Lounge and the European indices for the 25th of October with the DAX. Here we're looking at a bullish pattern. We're looking at this particular move down through here in 3 waves. So that means at some point we're going to be making new highs above here. And the logical way to count this would be an A and a B and a C for wave 4 here. And then up for 1 and back for 2, up for 1 and back for 2. So we'll be moving higher through this space here. Obviously there's going to be on the old highs here. This is a major trading level here, 13,000. So we can expect to spend time here, but not as long as we've seen here, because the structure of this is moving into a powerful third wave to the upside. So 1 and 2 into the third wave, 1 and 2 into the third wave. So we should cut through it reasonably well, but we also at minimum will see the arrival, the reaction, the first high above the level, and then a corrective pattern here, and then further to the upside. So going long here at the 13,000 is not really the thing to do. We need to wait for this market to migrate from being resistance to support over this side over here, and the pattern that we're looking for in a little bit more detail is this. So if we can imagine this being the 13,000 here, then we would trade to this point and would get out, and then we would get back in way over here. Now, of course, there's plenty of trading opportunities at this scale, this degree of structure within all of this here, but in a nutshell, this is the trading level here. This is the classic trading levels pattern, the most common pattern out of 3 patterns that occur at a price point. And yeah, it's just going from resistance to support. And normally we see this as wave 3, wave 4, wave 5, an ABC pattern here, wave 1, wave 2, and so on. So simple, but if you can't get your head around Elliott sometimes, I mean, I can't, I've been doing it since the early 80s. So sometimes I know and sometimes I don't. So when I know, then I move in on it. When I don't know, I don't move in on it. And then I always revert back to the levels, because the levels as support and resistance will strengthen your trading a lot in using Elliott wave, in fact in any other structure as well. So okay, so from the weekly chart here into the daily chart here, this is sort of what we're looking at here. I've got the next labeling a little bit different here, but it's still the same sort of thing here in this case here. So I will probably have to remove wave 3 here, because wave 3 will need to be much further up here, and this here will end up being wave 1 and wave 2 across here. But it doesn't matter for the interim. Counting this structure up through here is the important point here. So on the hourly chart here, I have to rearrange these a little bit, but different structures, but for the time being it's fine. We've been counting as 1 and 2 here, and then 1 and 2 here, and 3 and 4 here, and then 5 up here. We've been looking for wave 4, and I thought that wave 4 would be an A wave to here, a B wave to here, and then a C wave moving down a bit. I knew it would come back to this low here because it went to this high here, but I don't know if I got this right here. I may not. Like I said, I may have wave 4 sitting over here as an A and a B and a C here for wave 4, and then up for 1 and back for 2 here in that case. We're long here at the moment, and we're long here at the moment. You may even be long in here, because that's where we were mentioning it on the tick chart here. Not that it matters, but when you keep the stop out of the way, this structure is not finished to the upside. We can count 1 here and 2 here and 3 here, and obviously this is moving sideways here. It's got overlapping wave structures, so it's a corrective pattern. So that means it will be moving higher, and in that case we're also looking for wave 4 here. I'll just bring in a little bit more data here so we can get a grip on this. So yeah, last time we spoke we were counting from wave 2 here, up for wave 1 and back for wave 2. This is 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and another 5 waves in this structure here to make wave wave 5 here of 3 here. I haven't spent a lot of time on this one here, so but it would be something like this here. This move in here is corrective, which will make all of this corrective. This has got overlapping wave structures, highs and lows are being overlapped, so it is corrective. So we could pull back down to the A wave here as well, in this space here. If you wanted to go long again, then this would be this high here would be the safe trade, but of course you can go in earlier than that as well, and the target to the upside would be the 13,000. This is just really a reaction from the 900 here, and it needs to do its thing, vibrate for a while, and then move higher from that point. So you may be able to move back in over, lower over this side as well. When we put out our charts this evening, we'll look at that there as well. But yeah, the A wave here, a B wave over here somewhere, and a C wave down back into the top of group 1 here of 800. So 800, 1, 2, and 3, 10, 20, 30. So we can come into this space here for this. The FTSE. I've been looking at it all in a bearish pattern, as you may know, and I'll just stay with that just for the time being. So wave 1 here, wave 2 here, wave 1 here, an A and a B and a C here for wave 2. We do have 5 waves up here now. So I will turn bullish. We are long here at the moment, but I will turn bullish once this becomes the support here. So this particular pattern through here, it didn't stop at the level here. So this is what we call an overshoot pattern. So normally the distance it goes above will be the distance it goes below. So what we're actually looking here for the end of the day is this is group 1 here. Wherever we see a 3 is group 1. This is minor group 1 in this case. If this becomes the support, this level here, if it becomes the tested support, then we'll turn long from that point. But otherwise, I'm just going to stay where we are here for the moment. And in that here, just looking at this here, we're counting 5 waves up. I'm not sure about this spike. That sort of bothers me a little bit, but 1 and 2 here, and 3 and 4 here, and I can count 5 waves up here. We can look at that at the tick chart here. This does look corrective here. We went long here. We've moved the stop here. We've taken part profit here. I suggest taking the rest of the profit, just taking profit here now, even though there may be another little move up here. We'll have a look at this on the tick chart in a moment. Let's go do that now. So yeah, look, I've just counted this as 1 and 2 here, and then 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 here for 3 and back for 4 here, and then 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 here for 1 and 2, and then 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 for 3 and 4 here, and then here we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for 1 and 2, and then we've got 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 for the third wave. And I have to look at this as an A wave here, an A and a B and a C wave here for the B, and down for the C for the fourth. So a really wide shot here, and then 5 here. So we can have a top in play here. Based on that though, if I'm wrong in any way, we need to be long above that high here. And there'll be good reason for that, which will be, let me just do this, is that we're working with not only the top of wherever you see a 3, it will be a group 1, and getting support on that level is a catalyst for a move higher. So all of this we can call this a top here. For this top here hasn't retested, it's retesting this now. So if it holds, then that's fantastic. Then that's why we can go along here. But also too, not only do we have minor group 1 top here, but we also have it here as well with this 3 here, so the 73.30. So getting support on here, it's tried to get support, but every time it made a new high, it just basically broke lower again. But if it does get support here, then we need to be long at that point there. So I can't draw on this side, so I'll just draw on this side, and we'll have the little arrival, the reaction, the first high above the level, little corrective move here, and then up from here. So there we go long. So that's where you, not here, you go long over here in this case, so on top of the 3 here. You could also refine that to another 3 in here as well. So we've got 31, 32, and 33 in here. So you can also work that. You can go long again on that if you depending on how close you get to the market. But if you're trading on a tick chart, then I would go long there. I'd also be looking to add on 5 here as well. There'll be profit taking at 8, and on 40, if 40 gets support, well, then we can move up to the 50 here. So when we're dealing with this over here, we're looking for a classic trading levels pattern on top of the 40 here, because that, when you find a high, you gravitate to the closest largest number, and in that case the 40 there. So you continue to look for those patterns. If the number 2 here becomes the resistance, which it looks like it is here, then you can short that low here, because we'll be pulling back down to here, but there's only a few points in that, and the time the market makers clip your ticket and all the rest of it, then on the spread, then it doesn't really leave you a lot. So you wouldn't do that 10-point run there. It's just, yeah, I won't talk about market makers too much, but there's the good, the bad, and the ugly in everything. So, okay, that's where we are really. So, yeah, we've counted our little 5 waves up here. We've traded long. We're taking profit now. And if this top is taken out, then we're going long again from that point there. So what I best do here is grab this here, copy that, taking that high out here. And of course you can go in there at 30, so you can get a better position in there for that, but we'll just chill out for the moment here on that note. Alrighty, that's it. Thanks for tuning in, thanks for the support, really appreciate it, and enjoy the weekend. Cheers.
Report unless it's done.
Really?
Just holding up some sites.